What's going on, you guys? It's JDO and I'm back with another video, and today we're talking about the best level 57 Zane build you'll ever see. This build is incredible. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's an incredible build, but before we hop into the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I love doing gaming videos, tons of different content that all relates to gaming, and it's a lot of fun. And this video that you're about to see is straight from my Borderlands only channel. I just barely started a channel that is only Borderlands videos. It's called The Borderlands Guy. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below, so make sure you subscribe to my Borderlands only channel if you like Borderlands. And I just decided to start that channel because a lot of you like Borderlands, but you might not like the other games I play, so I decided to have a Borderlands only channel. So be sure to go check that out. This video you're about to see is straight from that channel. So be sure to subscribe to me over here and to my Borderlands only channel, and let's hop right into the video. Alright, you guys, so we're here in my Zane character. I'm going to be showing you guys all of the points that you want to spec into each tree. I'm going to be going over briefly what each point does and how it's going to help your character. So let's start with the first Hitman tree, the blue tree, and this is what you're going to be doing. This is what you're going to be specking into and how many points you're going to be specking into. So first we're going to put 5 points into violent speed. All this does is a kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains increased movement speed. This is incredibly important because Zane runs very slow. His character is a very slow character, so when you put 5 points into this, you kill an enemy, you're going to be moving super quickly, which is very important for running around while mobbing. You're going to put 4 points into violent momentum. Zane's gun damage is increased while moving. This is very self-explanatory. It's just going to increase gun damage, and that kind of goes hand in hand with violent speed. When you're moving, you increase gun damage, which is always a pro. You're going to put 4 points into cool hand. Zane gains increased reload speed. Again, very self-explanatory. This is a kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains increased reload speed. This is very self-explanatory. You kill an enemy, you're going to reload a lot quicker, which is going to help you a lot more than you would think while in combat. Now let's come over to here. You're going to put 1 point. Your sentinel drone will occasionally drop a free grenade. This is very useful. It's kind of a nice little pro, something to spec a point into. You're going to put 4 points into salvation. This is a kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane's weapons gain lifesteal for a few seconds, which means you're going to be gaining life from killing an enemy. Your weapon is going to be giving you some life, which is pretty nice. You're going to put 1 point into death follows close. All of Zane's kill skills gain increased effect and duration. This is just going to help everything overall. Very self-explanatory. All your kill skills are going to be a lot more effective. Alright, you're going to put 4 points into violent violence. Now, my class mod gives me an extra point, which puts it up to 5. You're going to want to put 4 points into violent violence. This is a kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains increased fire rate for a few seconds. This is incredibly important as well. When you start stacking those kills and those kill skills all combined together, it's going to be absolute mayhem, I promise. And then this next one, playing dirty, you're going to be putting 2 points into. I have an additional 2 points with my class mod. You only need 2 points into this one. You really don't need a whole 4. I just got a bonus with my class mod, and I didn't need to spec any more into it because of my bonus with my class mod. But after killing an enemy, Zane's next 5 shots have a chance to fire an additional projectile. This is going to be very important. If you're shooting more and more projectiles, then this is going to be incredibly beneficial to you. And then this one right here is probably the most important one in the Hitman skill tree, is good misfortune. Kill skill. Killing an enemy increases Zane's action skill duration. This basically means that when you're killing an enemy, you're getting all these perks I talked about before, and your action skills stay up for an increased amount of time. So potentially, while you're killing an enemy, you can keep your action skills up forever, which is incredibly important. Now, in this skill tree, you're going to want to equip the sentinel drone as one of your action skills. And then you're going to want to come over to the augments, and you're going to want Winter's drone and bad dose. Now, Winter's drone is going to, it converts the sentinel primary weapons to cryo damage, and this is very self-explanatory. It does cryo damage. Cryo is very important. When it freezes enemies, you can just lay into them, do a ton of damage. Cryo damage is very important. The next one is the sentinel occasionally shoots out a beam of radiation that weakens enemies and buffs Zane. So really, it's just an added little perk bonus, and I like it a lot. It's worked out really well for me, and it's been really good. Now let's go over to the next tree. We're going to go to the doubled agent skill tree. This is the one you're going to spec into the least amount because you're not going to be using the Digiclone. Although the Digiclone is cool, I think personally that the drone and the shield are a lot more beneficial than the Digiclone ever has been. Their skills are just a lot better. So I'm going to show you guys briefly what the doubled agent skill tree is going to do for you. You're going to put 5 points into Synchronicity, and whenever one or more of Zane's action skills are active, he gains increased gun damage. Again, very self-explanatory. And while they're active, you're gaining increased gun damage. So if you're killing enemies, then your action skills stay up, and if your action skills are staying up, you're doing increased gun damage. So they really complement each other. And then your next one, you're going to do Borrowed Time. Zane gains increased action skill duration for every action skill active. Now, this is also very important, very self-explanatory. You're gaining increased duration, which means you have more time to kill an enemy, which means you have more time to do more gun damage, and to run fast, and to reload fast, and just everything just plays hand in hand, meshes together very well. Now, you're going to want to spec 5 points into Danny Brook, but I have an additional 2 because of my class mod. But this is a kill skill. Whenever Zane kills an enemy, he and his Digiclone receive increased gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds. Now, obviously, you're not using your Digiclone, so this is only going to affect Zane, not his Digiclone, but that doesn't matter. You're going to be gaining increased gun damage and health regeneration whenever you kill an enemy, which adds to the other one where when you already killed an enemy, you gained increased gun damage, and these are just meshing together incredibly well. So let's go to the last skill tree, which is Undercover. You're going to want to equip the Barrier, and then the 2 augments on here are incredibly important. The Nantes or some shite is very important. Zane and his allies gain health regeneration and increased reload speed and greatly improved shield recharge delay while near his barrier. With this next augment, Zane's barrier becomes a dome covering all sides. That means you can pick up the dome, and instead of a barrier in front of you, it's all around you, all sides of Zane, which means you're always going to be near your barrier, which means you're always going to be having health regeneration, increased reload speed, and shield recharge delay while your drone or while your shield is up. And this is incredibly important. And when I show you guys gameplay, you're going to be noticing that a lot. Now let's go through the skills of the Undercover skill tree for a minute. You're only going to put 2 into Adrenaline. Zane gains increased action skill cooldown rate. You really don't need to spec into this all the way because your cooldown is already incredibly quick. So you really don't need to waste the points to make this even quicker. This one, Ready for Action. Zane gains improved shield recharge delay and shield recharge rate. This is very self-explanatory. Your shields are going to be coming up a lot faster. This is the cryo damage one, the brain freeze. Whenever Zane scores a critical hit on an enemy, there's a chance they will be slowed. This effect stacks until the target is frozen. This is incredibly useful. If you are hitting critical shots and you're freezing an enemy, that means you're just going to be able to do mass amounts of damage while they're frozen. This cryo build is awesome. I love it a lot. Then this next one, you're just going to put 1 point into competence because you only can put 1 point into it. While Zane's shields are active, he gains increased gun damage and accuracy. Very self-explanatory, and this mixed with your increased shield recharge rate and delay, this meshes together very well. Now, all of these points that you've spec'd into, they all just complement each other incredibly well, and that is for a reason. And now I'm going to show you guys it put into action. But before I do that, I'm going to show you the equipment that I suggest the most that you use. With this build, pretty much anything that you think is doing well is going to work. It's not very gear dependent at all, which I like a lot. I don't love gear dependent builds, but this gear that I'm about to show you will do the best hands down with your Zane. So, what you're going to want, I like to run a Cutsman. You can run any element. Obviously, the enemies that you're killing depends on what element you're using. I like to run a Cutsman. I really like this new Old Ridian. This is I think it's a new weapon that is from the Guns, Love, and Tentacles DLC. I've gotten a ton of these, but you can get anointed ones of these incredibly easily. And I'm going to come out with a video very soon showing you guys how you can do that. Look at my anointed perk to this. While the Sentinel is active, gain 100% of damage as bonus cryo damage. So you're getting more cryo damage and 100% more damage out of this weapon, and it's already a really good SMG. So this is just a really fantastic SMG I just barely found. So you can run one of those. You can run the Nighthawk, and the Nighthawk is going to be one of your best friends with this build because the cryo is just so good, and it's just amazing. I don't have a great anointed Nighthawk, and I was just farming for one that was a burst rather than a fully automatic Nighthawk, and I wasn't really going for anointed. But on action skill and my weapon status effect damage and chance are increased by 75%. Not a great anointment, but I wasn't going for anointed. And then obviously the Lob. The Lob, this thing is incredible. This is one of the best weapons I've ever seen in my life. It's broken. It's so good. I feel like it's going to get patched soon, but this thing is just, it's an absolute beast. You'll see here in a minute. Now for the shield, I need a new shield, but the shield does not matter. That's what's awesome about this build. Like I said, it's not gear dependent. Any shield that works for you is going to work because all of the skills that you spec'd into, the skill points that you spec'd into, will work for any shield. It's just increased shield recharge rate, increased shield recharge delay. Now these are all things that work for whatever shield. So whatever shield you like, you can use. You don't need a certain one. I need a new one. I just barely got to level 57, so I only have a 53. But again, any shield will work for you, which is really awesome. Now the class mod, you're going to want the Seeing Dead class mod. Gives you the best perks that you want extra points into. All the ones that I said I got extra points into are the ones you want extra points into. So the Seeing Dead class mod is definitely what you want. You can get that very easily from the Handsome Jackpot. Those drop very easily from there. The Artifact and the Grenade mod really don't matter a whole ton. Since you're running 2 skills, you're not going to be throwing grenades a lot, but as I mentioned before, you're going to be speccing into a perk that actually can drop a grenade. Your Sentinel Drone will drop a grenade occasionally. So really the grenade is probably the least most important thing that you're going to have equipped. Your Artifact, just find one that works for you. I like a base damage boost. You could put one that benefits cryo damage a lot. I just like the base damage one the most. You can find whatever artifact you want. Again, like I said, it's not gear dependent. I just recommend these guns right here that I showed you, and any gun that you see working for you is going to work. Just because of the cryo benefits, any gun that you hit a critical with is going to be doing cryo damage, and it's just an amazing build that doesn't require you to have good gear, which I love. So enough of me talking about this build. Let's put it into action, bro. I'm really excited to show you guys this. I really am. It's such a good build, but I just want to show you the action skills and things like that. Notice how slowly I am running, and once I start killing enemies, notice how fast I'm running. So let's pop my shield and my turret. As you can see, I can pick up my shield by pressing my button again. Now I've got the dome covering all sides of me, and look at that. Look at this old Dridian just shred through these guys. It's just incredible how much damage it does. It really is. It's so good. Look at that. I just absolutely shred this badass. And look at that, man. Oh, man. And I'm not even taking too much damage because of my shield. Keep in mind, splash damage can melt through the shield. If you get hit with a rocket near your feet, it's going to do splash damage, but if the rocket just directly hits your shield, it won't. So just keep that in mind. But as you can see, this build can leave you pretty much invincible. If you're killing enemies, your shield and your turret are going to stay up all the time. If you guys can see, every time I kill an enemy, I get more duration added to my shield or my turret, which is just incredible. I've had this up for a little bit now, and they've just stayed up. Every time you're killing enemies, you're going to be gaining increased duration of your skills, which is just absolutely incredible. It's so incredible how quickly these action skills recharge. While you're killing enemies and just alone, they have a very quick recharge rate. If your shield goes down, you can almost count on it coming back up pretty quick. The turret takes a little bit longer than the shield, but the shield just recharges incredibly quickly. But look at this. I freeze the enemy by getting critical hits, and I can just lay into him after that. Look at that. Oh, goodness. So many kills. It's so easy to get kills. Everything gets increased. Your gun damage, your movements, your shield recharge delay, and your shield recharge rate, and your gun damage, and just everything gets increased when you're getting kills. And it's just an incredible build. Look at this. Alrighty, so there you have it. That is an awesome, amazing Zane build. Your kill skills, when they stack, are incredible. Your cryo damage is incredible. Everything about this build is just amazing. You have the potential to be invincible. As you guys saw there, I didn't go down once. I was just eating bullets with my shield, getting kills, regenning my health, regenning my shield. Everything was just going my way. Everything is just amazing with this build. It's super easy to stay up. It's super easy to keep your action skills up as well. As long as you're killing enemies, your action skills stay up for longer. It's just an amazing build, and I really love it. I hope this was very helpful to you guys. This is the best Zane level 57 build you will find. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm the Borderlands guy, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.